This is video 9 of the CUTP template instructional series. In this video, we will be demonstrating the remaining tab screens of the Activities module. From the main menu, click the Activities button, and the optional Activities and Events is the default tab. Just a note, as indicated here, supported training days are not entered on this tab screen. They're entered on the next tab screen over, as we've already demonstrated. With regard to optional activities and events, there are two basic types. The first on the left is calendar announcements, and then further over to the right are the non-parade night optional activities. With regard to calendar announcements, these events are informational only and only appear in the Corps and Squadron calendar. It's easy to create these events. First of all, you click in the announcement name field and you create a name. Then you go to the day of week and select the appropriate day, and then you click on the Select Dates button. This screen is exactly the same and works the same as the CO's Parades selection screen. You simply point to the date where you want the announcement to be valid for and double click, and you can do that for each instance where required. When done, click the Return button, and you can, for the same announcement, you can even go and select a different date if applicable, like a different day of the week, and select more dates if required. Going to non-parade night optional activities. Again, similarly, you're going to start with the activity name, and then you're going to indicate whether it takes place at the parade location, and also if it's a recurring activity. From those choices, the remaining fields will customize. So we're going to do a couple of examples, starting with a fun swim activity, which is not going to take place at the parade location, and it will be one time only. We click in the start date, and I use the month and years controls, the drop downs, to select the date when the activity will take place. It's asking me the start and the end date. This activity is going to start and end on the same date, so I select that date twice. There is an option to attach EOs, and there's a limited ability to attach EOs to optional activities. Common example would be a ceremonial parade option. If you selected that complementary material, and you could then attach it, for example, to a Remembrance Day activity. From there, we have activity details, because this is an activity that's not taking place at the parade location, so we would be required to complete the activity details, which was demonstrated in the last video. The next type of event I'm going to demonstrate is a recurring event. So band practice is one of the many types of recurring events that you may have. It's going to take place at the parade location. You see, as soon as I click that, activity details no longer is required, and the only tool that is then available is the activity scheduler. Again, an optional tool if you need it. And from there I indicate if it's a recurring activity. If it's a recurring activity, then we look at the same day of the week and select dates tools as we saw with calendar announcements. So day of the week, well, my band practice is going to be on Monday, so I'll leave it there. And I will go into select dates, and again, these are all the Mondays available during my parade year, and I can just go in and select by double clicking which dates this activity will be on. When done, I simply click return. It's possible that this activity could take place on more than one day of the week, so just as already seen, we can on the same entry select a different day. Maybe there's a few Saturdays involved. Go in, select those dates, and they will be added to that activity. So perhaps in the latter part of the year, it becomes more Saturdays, and you just select as appropriate, click return when done. It's important to enter all possible optional activities that are taking place away from the parade location in particular prior to submitting your CUTP template file for approval, so that these activities can be reviewed and approved at the same time as the rest of the training plan. Check with your ACO for procedures to get approval for optional activities not taking place at the parade location after your training plan has been submitted and approved. The final tab screen in the activities module is the regionally directed activities, reminders, and holidays. Click on that tab, and on the left side here we see the list of regionally directed activities and reminders. You can remove any of these regional events or reminders from your core squadron calendar if not participating or if not applicable to your unit, simply by going to the activity and clicking not participating. You can add it back in by unchecking that box. Any additional regional activities that have not been pre-entered can be added to your template as an optional activity over on the optional activities and events, just so that you can get it into your calendar and get it onto your schedule. Oops, over here. You can also change the dates for any of the regional activities, as from time to time a date may shift from the dates that were pre-entered. You simply click into the date field and overtype the date. The holidays are entered here as a reference list only. There's nothing that can be changed or managed with regard to those dates. The final item to cover is the Core and Squadron reminders to appear in the Dashboard Manager. You are able to create customized messages which will appear in the Dashboard Manager on the main menu screen. You simply click into the message field and create your message. In this case, I'm going to create a reminder about booking a guest speaker. And then I go to the date field and I have a list of parade night dates here, and I just indicate where I want that reminder to first appear, and then I can go on to the next record to create another message or reminder. Reminders are also dismissed to the archive from the Dashboard Manager, and when they're no longer needed, and can be retrieved from the archive as well. In our next video, we will be reviewing the final steps for verification and for preparing your training plan for submission.